Right now, someone on your team is waiting for you to decide something, and you're stalling. Not because you don't know the answer, but because you've already made 100 decisions a day and your brain is running on fumes. Decision fatigue is real, and if you don't have a system to fight it, it will quietly erode your leadership effectiveness one delayed call at a time. Today, I'm giving you 5 tactics and a bonus tactic to break that pattern. Leaders don't run out of time. They run out of mental bandwidth. McKinsey research shows that executives spend up to 40% of their time on meetings and communications, where it's unclear who owns the decision. The result? Indecision masquerading as process, delay disguised as diligence, and leaders who end every day feeling exhausted, but somehow still behind the curve. In the Air Force, we used commander's intent, a clear statement of the outcome we wanted, so anyone on the team could make a solid decision without escalating up the chain. The same discipline can transform how your team operates. The problem is not that you're making too many decisions, it's that too many decisions are not being made at the right level, by the right owner, on the right timeline. Here's how to fix that. Tactic 1, sort decisions into 2 buckets. Think of every decision as either a 2-way door or a 1-way door. 2-way doors are reversible. Walk through, take a look, walk back if it's wrong. These should be fast, decide, test, adjust. 1-way doors are irreversible. A layoff, a strategic pivot, a major contract. These deserve more time, more input, more documentation. The mistake most leaders make is treating every decision like a 1-way door. That's what slows you down. Think of a decision sitting on your desk right now. Is it actually a 1-way door, or have you been treating a reversible choice like it's permanent? Tactic 2, name the decision owner. Most decisions drag because everyone thinks they have to agree. They don't. You need one person who owns the call. Use this simple 3-part framework. Who decides? Who provides input? Who just needs to be informed? When roles are clear, decisions move. When they're blurry, every decision becomes a meeting. And most of those meetings could have been a 2-sentence message from whoever owns that decision. Tactic 3, set a deadline. An undecided decision is still a decision. It's a decision to delay, and delay always has a cost. Lower team confidence, stalled work, compounding ambiguity. Pick a date, put it in writing. Even if the outcome is, we don't have enough information yet, give that position a deadline too. Naming it removes the open loop from your team's brains. Tactic 4, limit your options. Too many options looks like thoroughness, but it often becomes avoidance. When your team brings you 15 ideas, they are not helping you decide. They are pushing the decision back up to you without owning it themselves. Ask for 2 or 3 viable options. We used to call them courses of action in the military. Courses of actions, each with a brief summary of the pros and cons. That constraint forces better thinking from your team, and it gets better decisions from you. As I said, in the Air Force, we would generally present 3 COAs or courses of actions to decision makers, then they would choose the one they thought best or send us back to develop them out further if they needed more work. An important thing to remember is that one of your courses of action can be do nothing and let things play out as they are. Tactic 5, build a decision template for repeated choices. If you're redeciding the same type of thing every week, you're paying a cognitive tax that you do not have to pay. Hiring criteria, project prioritization, vendor selection, budget approvals. Write your criteria down once. Define what good looks like. Then when the decision comes up again, you're evaluating against a standard, not starting from 0 every single time. Here's your bonus tactic. Run a weekly decision audit once a week. 5 minutes, that's all I'm asking. Scan your active projects and ask what decisions are still open, who owns each one, what's the deadline. A leader's job is not to make every decision. A leader's job is to build a system where good decisions get made at the right level. Time to recap. Sort every decision into a 2-way door or a 1-way door. Name a single decision owner for everything on your plate. Put a deadline on every open decision. Limit options to 2 or 3 courses of action with clear pros and cons. Remember that whole thing of you can do nothing. That can be one of your courses of actions. Build templates for anything your team decides repeatedly, and run a 5-minute weekly audit to surface what's stuck. That's how you beat decision fatigue. All right, that's all for this week. Drop a comment. Tell me what's one decision on your team that's been sitting around too long. We'll see if we can give you a suggestion to move that forward this week. If this episode gave you a system you can use, like it, share it with a leader on your team who can use it, and subscribe so you never miss one of our Leadership TTPs. Go out there, do great things today, onward and upward.